So Mahavir, let's talk about health insurance portability. First of all, when should we do it, or should we do it at all?
So Hari Radhakrishnan, a very renowned expert in the insurance space, once told this in our webinar. We did a webinar with our experts that port if you must, not because you can. ठीक है? एकदम मस्त quotation के साथ
अच्छा
बोला
quote है
उन्होंने.
तो.
Right. So the point is that you should port if you have an outdated policy, right? Which is basically a policy that is not going to give you enough benefits. Port if you're not happy with the benefits of the policy, which is kind of a subset of the first point only that I mentioned, and port if you are not happy with the services of the insurance company, which could be twofold. One is that they are not giving you renewal notices on time, they're not basically updating the policy on time, or there is some other issue that you have with that insurance company, or it could be claims, right? कि claim किया आपने और you found that insurance company did not do a good job at it. These could be specific reasons when you could explore porting.
Got it.
Right? Don't port because someone called you and said कि सर एक नया policy आया है. Right? It's not like buying a soap or a shampoo or let's say even an iPhone where के अभी नया phone आया तो upgrade कर लो. It's not like that. The benefit of not porting is that you maintain history with just one insurance company, and that insurance company is also reaped benefits of you multiple times investing in them in their policy. So they have an obligation that whenever there is a claim, they give you some benefit of doubt. But if you port from one company to another company, that new company looks at you as a fresh customer. And if you immediately make a claim after 5 years of paying premium to some other insurance company, and then the new insurance company, you immediately make the claim, the antenna of this new insurance company goes up, right? And then everything opens up. They will open up everything about how whether you made the right declarations, were you informing everything.
Yes.
So it's a new policy with the benefits of the previous policy, but there are negatives of the new insurance company not having the history or the investment of so many years of premium with that company.
Got
right?
it.
So insurance companies, the ported insurance company, the new insurance company is slightly at a disadvantage, especially if you make a claim in the early stages of portability. Once you ported, then they are at a disadvantage because किसी और company को आपने waiting period serve किया, उधर payment pay किया, and now you are making claims in a new company. So that time it can become very tricky, right? Specifically, I would say for senior citizens, people who have a disease, these people should not port at all. As far as possible, they should not port at all. Typically, probably if you want to upgrade, buy another policy, that could be better. But जो आपकी history बनी है एक insurance company के साथ, उसके साथ typically you should not tinker around with that.
Then Mahavir, why is it portability even there? Like, if they are considering me as a new customer, I have given
Yeah.
premium to my previous
Correct.
company. तो फिर portability दिया ही क्यों?
Yeah, so you're right actually. Meaning from a customer's point of view, if you look at it, for them it is very simple that I was in a policy.
Yes.
I want to move to another policy and I want to see a smooth transition of all the investment I made in terms of getting waiting periods served, right? But it's not so smooth for an insurance company. The previous insurance company got the premiums and hence the waiting periods were cleared. The new insurance company is not getting any premium back from that previous insurance company. The new insurance company is at a disadvantage to a certain extent because they have to give covers for waiting period based illnesses for which they did not receive money. So एक insurance company था जिसको सारा premium मिला.
हाँ, समझ गया.
The new insurance company is not getting all those previous premiums but has to basically give the benefits of the premium received by the previous insurance company, which is not having waiting periods, right? So that is one. The second is basically the transfer of information about the diseases that happened before buying the policy, right? And before buying the original policy, which is basically the pre-ported policy, right? Now तो port करके नया policy ले रहे हो, is also not very seamless and has to be handled with a lot of delicate diligence, right?
Okay.
कि आपने जितना भी information था before buying the first policy that you bought, that has to pass to the insurance company, and the information of all the medical events or history that has happened when you had the original policy, that also has to be transferred properly to the new insurance company. And if this is transferred well, then your chances of not having an issue with the new insurance company will be lesser, right?
Got it.
But iske liye, that's why we say that you should have an expert who will take care of all this, because the diligence is typically not something that a regular user will be able to appreciate or even be able to handle, right? That is one. So this is particularly the reason why people who have a medical history or people who are senior citizens should avoid it. One is that the new insurance companies are at a disadvantage, so any new claim that comes, antennas will basically go up. The second is that the information transfer
Transfer.
may not be perfect, and that could be the reason that the new insurance company may reject a claim.
Why is the process not seamless? Like बनाना चाहिए था ना process seamless.
Yeah.
And also like at the same time, दो पैसा, like I have paid my premium, I have done my
Correct.
duty, I have done my job.
Correct.
Then why am I suffering?
Yeah. I mean, the ideal situation should have been that certain part of the premium, probably from the previous insurance company, should go to the new insurance company. Probably. I am not an expert in fund management, and I'm not an actuary for me to say that. But yes, meaning because there is a disadvantage that the new insurance company is going to face, there should be some commercial transaction for that waiting period served in the previous policy. That is one. The seamless information actually is, as per regulation, required to be done between an insurance company to another insurance company only, even today. But it does not happen that efficiently, and it is not happening seamlessly, and customers are then suffering at the time of claims. Nobody is taking the onus of taking this information between two insurance companies, which is actually the job of the new insurance company to do and the old insurance company to give, right?
Okay.
But अगर ये नहीं होता है, तो the risk of your claim getting rejected arises, and that's why we typically, it is an imperfect situation, right? And what will you want as a choice? Have a policy which does not have this imperfect situation, or basically having moved to a new policy where you have the risk of your claim getting rejected, right? So in our view, in the imperfect scenarios that we live in, it is better that you port only when you must and not when you can.
And if let's say a person has ported and
Yeah.
is facing these issues, what can he do or what can she do?
What issues?
The claim is getting rejected or due to these seamless transformation नहीं हुआ,
Right.
and that person is facing
So right
issues.
now the customer is basically being blamed, right? That you should have given this information because there's a form that the customer is supposed to fill, right? And that information is not filled properly in the form. Because it is not filled in the form, the customer is being blamed and the policy is getting cancelled or policy is getting rejected. I have seen cases where customers have paid premiums for 10, 12 years, even 15 years, and they were in a government insurance company policy and now moved to a private insurance policy, and the agent did not manage the information transfer properly, and the claim got rejected, the policy also got cancelled, and the senior citizen is without a policy. इसीलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि because it's so delicate and because the new insurance company is going to be at a disadvantage, these two reasons, it is something that should be done with extreme care and only be done when it is actually required.